Ghost Hunters was far from the first video they had done. Matthew Clayton, who plays Richard Pike, Hugh Watkins, who plays Jeffrey Al-Fayed, and Jamie Sloan had been making silly videos for years. They were mostly improvised surreal sketches. Also, separately, Philip Harris, who plays Steve Waring, and Matthew Lazelle, who plays John Picard, used to make videos with their friends. These were similar, however, they did more skating videos and such. The two video making groups came together a while ago to make another surreal sketch show called A Tale of a Crazy Few. The idea of Ghost Hunters first came from Matthew, Philip and Hugh watching a show on Living TV called Most Haunted. It's a show where most people go round houses with a camera and other equipment in search of a ghost. This formalised the great phenomena of ghost hunting, which based the title of the first in the trilogy, Ghost Hunters. Originally, there were only going to be two characters, Richard Pike and his assistant Jeffrey Al-Fayed. However, Matthew thought it was appropriate and felt the time was right to fuse these two filming groups together and got Philip Harris and Matthew Lazelle on board. The filming of G1 consisted of one night intense shooting and separate days filming of the Talking Heads. It was filmed at Hugh's house, which was supposed to be Mary Smith's household. She apparently had seen white figures in the corner of the room and called the ghost hunters to trap the ghost. The plot was thought up on the day and the dialogue was improvised. Jamie Sloan gave a text out to all asking to think of a character and bring a costume that would suit that character. They all arrived at Hugh's house all to be greeted as morons. With a little persuasion, Hugh got his hunting gear on and the filming began. Little did the cast know that in fact these characters were going to be with them for the next 2 years and with the production of 2 future ghost hunting projects.
Well, G1, Ghost Hunters 1, was a turning point really in the types of videos we were making. Before we'd only ever made sort of short little sketch shows that were very silly, very bizarre, and all off the cuff. You know, we'd just go down to Royal Park and say let's do a video, we wouldn't have a clue what we were doing. But Ghost Hunters 1 was the first time where we'd actually sort of planned what we were going to do, you know, because it was all based in one house. So it was something that we could do in one night because we weren't very experienced really with filming extended films then.
And so, the second of the trilogy began in its early stages as merely as a discussion with Jamie and Matthew while they were away on holiday. During late nights, they both came up with a storyline for Ghost Hunters, Rehabilitated. As soon as they returned to Cardiff, they both sat down and wrote the script, which was incredibly brief due to their inexperience in film writing. They both agreed it was vital for the dynamics of the hunting group that they needed a new sidekick due to the death of Dave Brown in G1. Having worked with Lewis Morgan in plays previously, they both thought it was appropriate to cast him as Clive Jones. An email went out to all cast members that a new ghost hunting project was to begin. It had a good response, and during early August the filming began.
But again, when we showed G2 to an audience, they did get very bored, and you know, we all got really hyped up about it. We thought it was the best thing we've ever done. We thought it was fantastic, and everyone would love it. You know, and people were again looking at their phones and stuff. And it took me anyway a while to realise that it was boring, and when it was 1 hour 20 minutes long, and you know, hardly anything happens in it.
The production has gone quite swimmingly so far. We're now in the editing phase of operations, and what to say, we've had a very smooth ride, and everyone's been where they're supposed to be and done what they're supposed to do, and barring a couple of fiascos with the reshoots with the car chase sequence and with a not as good dialogue the second time round. But anyway, that's just one example, and we managed to move up production as well from the summer. We managed to move it up to Easter because everyone just came together, and we didn't really want to do it, but then we all came together and said, "Oh fuck it, let's just do it." And yeah, it was a lot of fun making it. A lot more fun than some other things I'm doing at the moment.
So there we go, the first scene.
I'm not sure I'm
acting
in that. No.
This is for the making of.
Hey, we've never had a meeting. Yeah, no. Welcome. This is the first day of filming on G3 on Tuesday, the 5th of April, 2005. We decided at the last minute to film in Easter. We knocked the script together very quickly the other week.
It's not actually that quickly, we got it timed.
Well, we wrote it in a night, us three, and we decided to start filming today.
It's the makings of a masterpiece.
And we've got James Kahn on board today, who is filming now.
Turn it around.
There we go. He will be the filmer for this Ghost Hunters, because my hectic schedule.
Next scene we're doing is in the service station.
Yeah,
which is
these guys are off now to the M4.
But Jamie Sloan cannot come with us. Why?
Oh,
because he's looking after his sister. Like,
my sister's
I don't know why. So if you enjoy that, it's a brief look at the script there.
Well, what do you have to say?
You owe me a lot of money, mister.
That makes no sense.
Keep it going, keep it going.
Fuck off, that's so bad. I want to replace them, that's so bad.
How did he owe you money?
It's a legal binding document. I want a replacement of that contract. I want a replacement of that contract tomorrow morning. Of that contract tomorrow morning.
You're not supposed to laugh.
Alright, one more.
Yeah, but hang on.
I want a replacement of that contract by tomorrow morning.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, action.
I want a replacement of that contract by tomorrow morning.
You always make me laugh, Frank.
Thank you. Okay, so yeah, G1 started off as more of a comedy with scary bits, and then G2 continued with the scariness and even more comedy bits. However, G3, we mixed comedy and action together, which was quite interesting, really.
Door slamming?
Yes. Go on then. He's going.
you say she must be a bit.
Okay. Then you
Well, how are we
go
going to slam it?
Maybe it'd be funny if the door slammed and we all went, oh.
Oh, not again. Don't want to use
I love it.
I love it. I love it. Yeah.
the door slam.
Can we use the same one from earlier on? Honestly. Yeah. I think it'd be hilarious.
I think you should do it in different poses as well, like Charlie's Angels.
No, I think in the same one, just used again and again and again. I think that would be.
I think that would be a good joke. Will either be really funny or won't work at all. I think it'd be quite funny if we keep having it.
Not all the time though. I think 3 is enough. 3 is enough.
No, honestly, I only think it works if you've got it in the same location. So exactly the same one, just put on again.
Just put. I say slam another one of those things in.
Well, we've got it, so we can use it next
Yeah.
time. Okay. Right. How are we going to slam this door?
So all we do is
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, the sentimental trip back to
Here we are.
G2.
We're about to go to the field where we filmed G2.
We're gonna find a ghost. We're gonna stick it up your ass. We're going on a ghost hunt.
Can you actually get us?
Yeah,
Yeah.
when we actually come out of the stream area,
Yeah.
you actually film us as like a repetition.
We all had to
like
let
penguins.
to,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
save body.
It's, it is actually quite
I'm cold-blooded, I am, so you won't get rid of me. Yeah.
So the wind's picking up again. It was nice yesterday.
Oh no!
really
I know.
Fuck. Matthew's got wind.
Universal viewing.
No, we've got wind. That means we can't hear the dialogue.
Over our.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be good for Picard's bit though.
He's trying to change.
Pick on, not
He's taking his trousers off. He's taking his sleep.
He can't afford a trailer, so he's got a maestro.
Oh, fuck, he's actually changing in that.
Yeah. You know, we're outside your house. He could change in your house.
Does he want to?
No,
Oh, the top comes off there.
Ooh. Don't look.
Look at this.
It's probably having a good view.
Probably there
well,
with
he
bean
loves
off
it.
Hey! Mrs. Crank. Mrs. Crank. She wears the pajamas.
What's this one?
Richard Pike, why do I start with him? Richard is a very sharp, jaggedy character, and he likes to keep in control. And if you actually notice, I am actually using a different accent for Richard Pike, so I'll go, Jeffrey, pass me the yellow frontal lobe lead, please. That is actually a different accent to my own. And he's not actually that hard to play. I mean, he's so extreme, and because he's, you know, in a different age group, he's actually quite easy to play. I mean, I think there are harder roles to play in Ghost Hunters than Richard Pike.
Yes, here we go. Here we go. How many nights did we film down here? It was 2, wasn't it, last time?
We'll say this, we filmed this at the time of G2.
You know when you walk down here that
Yeah,
we are in the
Ghost
GH trilogy.
It's, yeah, I like that.
Right, when the gates go, I think you should actually get the Ghost Hunters walking down here onto the bracket and actually have a stepping over the stepping stones. Alright, Jeffrey!
No, it's got to be that from that way. Up here, wasn't it, last time?
Yeah.
Let's do that again. So go down there onto the field and then come back up.
That's the way we did it.
That's the way we did it from last time.
Oh, so, right, you have to go on the field down, dear.
No, you.
No, you on the fucking field. I'm on the. Yeah.
You're coming
What,
this
into the
way.
bracket?
Yeah, because that's what the shot was before in G2.
But aren't you going back to the bracken or?
We need to pick hard. This is the last shot of the film.
No, look, just do it. I promise it'll look good.
We're going.
We can't have.
There's been lots of questions into Steve Waring's sexual preferences. The answer to that is he's not gay and he's not straight. He doesn't have testicles.
Asexual.
Asexual, yeah. No, that's a complete lie. Yeah. Is it starting now then? Okay. Have me reading this, James.
What was it?
Can you get the title of the book?
Yeah, I got it. It's.
No, we didn't get your arm in that.
No.
Zoom out more, Jan. John.
I have.
You got Jamie standing in the corner. That's
No, in fact, come over here. Right at the back here. Mate, watch the mirror though.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh! Bloody hell, I'm a poltergeist. Right, well, Picard, initially I remember getting a phone call from Phil for the first Ghost Hunters saying, look, Matt's putting together a video with Jamie and Hugh. And you got to remember, I didn't know those guys very well. I thought, oh dear, am I welcome here? But I mean, once, and I remember Phil saying, make up a character, you know, put on your costume. I thought, right, history professor, don't know why. Picard basically, for me, is a mix of Mr. Freem and Barry Welsh. Thanks. I mean, Barry Welsh, that obviously the Welsh accent. Mr. Freem was more kind of like the spirit of the character. You know, walking boots, anoraks. I quite like that. I enjoyed it. I did like it. I found that the accent was very hard. Sometimes it lags in the last one, I'd say. It was the best in G2.
Jeffrey Alfayette, get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Drive, Jeffrey.
You've tried to kill Ghost Hunters, and I'm not having that. Get back here! Get back here!
I mean, we had a great time filming G3, well I did anyway. And the whole production took about a month, 4 weeks, and the filming took about 2 weeks. But it's interesting, you know, me and Phil always, you know, wanted to speed up the film and, oh, let's get this scene done, let's get this scene done. When it was all over, we felt a bit down then, oh, like, what can we do now? We also had James Caan on board as cinematographer and director of photography, who worked well with us. I mean, he was more experimental. Like, I've worked with Jamie for years, and we sort of, oh no, I won't. We sort of go hand in hand, put it that way. We have similar editing techniques, we agree on improvisation and all that. James Caan, more experimental. He came in, oh, let's have a reveal shot. You know, he knew all the linger and stuff, which was quite interesting. But, I've got to say, he came to every shoot. I didn't.
Can you imagine that? People seeing me on the road. What are you talking about? I'm not Mrs. Crank.
I think at the Khyber. I'm just trying to post it with that one now. Right.
No.
No, Richard, you've got to press the...
Oh, I don't know this. Did you...
This is a radio, Richard.
No, it's not. It's an indicator. Yeah, it's got a radio attached to it, but I mean... right, go.
Damn it.
I am the set designer for the Ghost Hunter Trilogy. I designed the bed and breakfast, and in the Northfield, in the Brecon Beacons, and the ghost hunting vehicle. It was a very, how shall I say, busy schedule. Jamie Sloan, he worked me very hard. We have only 7 weeks to build, and the vehicle as well. I had to work closely with the cinematographer, James Caan. Very difficult person, very difficult. A little womanly.
It's going to be hard trying to turn the strobe on and grabbing your leg. Can we have someone to grab Matt's leg?
Yeah. Phil.
Rolling.
Oh no! Oh no!
You like to see some of the things I have designed? This is some of the inner city housing we have done. This is very beautiful, very, you know, good, very schön. And what else can I say? It's just been very hard.
Jamie, do you know how to use this game?
Yeah, no, sorry, I just have to readjust myself here. Right, you ready?
Does Jamie know how to skate?
Now I'm just going to push off from the door. Okay? Ready?
No, I'm not ready.
I think we might have too much light.
Yeah, what? Should
Alright.
use a stroke?
No, keep it like this. It looks kind of red,
Okay.
like we were doing before, and it's in focus now.
Right, you ready then?
Yeah, go.
Shit, my jacket got caught in it. No, I mean it's alright, but it just slowed me down.
With the script, Jamie and Matt sent it to me, and they wanted me to help out with some things because they thought that Jamie wasn't going to be around for it. So I first look at the script. I didn't even know it was a script. It didn't look like a script. Nothing that I'd ever seen before. It was no dialogue or anything like that. And I hadn't seen the first two Ghost Hunters either, so I didn't know how they like to work. But I did know that they were, you know, funny people and, you know, very improvisational and stuff like that. So, you know, stuff coming off the top of the head. But I was shocked when seeing the script because there was virtually nothing there, and quite hard to follow as well. But and I didn't read it that much. I just kind of skimmed it really the first time through, and I just asked as the scene has crept up for like, what the hell are we doing, and this, that, and the other, you know. And I think that was more helpful to me, certainly, as a cinematographer, because it just left me more creative on the day with the shot. That's rolling action. Okay, hold it a bit longer.
Alright,
when
okay.
you, and then do a couple like side looks and then leg it. Alright. So it's still running. Action. I think the main problem on the shoot was with the batteries running out and running out of tapes, because we just shot so much footage. We kept on coming up with so many excellent ideas. No crap ideas. We very rarely came up with crap ideas. Yeah. Matt, you're not it. Yeah, there you go. Go. All right. Good. Dunno, and crap.
What?
You're crap. It's just a... Not all Ghost Hunters.
Why don't we all put our hands up to our mouths?
Okay. Alright, let's do
it. Ready?
Alright, go.
My inspiration for the Ghost Hunters came when I was with my family in France, I think. I was walking through on a beach and I saw this guy with white hair, glasses and a long green overall. I thought, that's Dr. R. Pike. The publishers wanted to call him Roger, but yeah, I thought Richard was more of a homely person, and I think the audience would negotiate with him better than that. Roger just sounded silly to me. But anyway, if you look at the original manuscripts, Dr. Richard Pike and John Picard are meant to be brothers, long lost, and then they come together, and there's all family reunion, everyone's happy, clappy. So I was telling Matthew about this. As soon as Matthew and Jamie got onto it, they were just onto it like a rash. And you know, the next thing I know, they're making a film out of it. So there's me in the doghouse. But yeah, I actually made a cameo appearance in the second film. If you notice, the nun runs into this person, which is me. But I think I should have used a stunt double because that really hurt. You know, he said he was going to brush past me, but that just didn't happen. It was a full-on body check, if I'm being honest. But so that's, you know, that's the history of the Ghost Hunters. Originally it was going to be called Ghost Busters, but that's also a program. You know, I got links with that one too, but let's not go into that.
Okay, now just walk out of shot and just keep filming.
The third film was most professional in its nature, with the shooting being filmed over a 3-week period, access to professional equipment such as boom mics, and a higher standard of editing techniques. And there you have it, the Ghost Hunting Trilogy. A dearly loved production.
Would they make a G4? I don't think they would.